Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to September's edition of Color Combo Challenge. This month I got to choose the colors and I chose pink, orange, and black. And I already had my card designed when I chose this, so I'm really excited about it because fall is coming and I just love the colors. So don't forget to go visit the other, the usual suspects that help out with this challenge. My good buddy Gareth, who has created Home of G, Miss Angie from AB Designs, and Tony from Kate's Crafty Closet. Anyway, and if this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome, and I hope you stick around by hitting that subscribe button down there, and make sure you tap the bell so you can be notified each and every time I upload a new video. So today's, like I said, our colors are pink, orange, and black. And today I'm going to be making a 5x7 card. Now I don't usually make 5x7 cards, but I like to make them once in a while. And because I have some newer subscribers, I'm going to go ahead. I waited to cut down the paper until I did the video. So when you make a 5x7 card, you're going to start with an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. And on the 11 side, you're going to cut off an inch. So you're going to put it down to 10 inches. And you're just going to cut off an inch. And then you're going to put it around on the 8.5 inch side. And you're going to cut it down to 7 inches. And then, because I'm not going to pull my scoreboard out, you're just going to turn that around and you're going to score it at 5 inches. And you can definitely use your trimmer just like that. Okay, and then you're just going to make sure that your edges match. Excuse me. I still need this. And you have your 5x7 card base. Then I'm going to start with a piece of white paper. Now it's not going to be white when I finish with it. But this paper is going to be cut down. It's going to be cut down 5. Let's see. Let me do it this way. We're doing 5x7, so we're going to cut it down to 6 7/8 by 4 7/8. Okay, and then that's your mat for your card right there. Alrighty, so we're going to put our trimmer away now. I'm going to get this piece of scrap paper that I've been working on. And then I'm going to be using some ink. And I'm going to be using Tim Holtz Spice Marmalade and Worn Lipstick. And these were gifted to me by my good friend Angie from AB Designs. And I'm so happy because I didn't really have a good orange ink. Now, I'd actually had planned to do this with watercolors or something. But then I got these inks and I thought, well, you know what? We're going to do it with inks. So all I'm going to do basically is to start coming in from the edge and applying my orange ink on the card, on the paper. And if you come in from the edge, you won't get big blobs on there. And you just gently bring it on up. Now I go all the way around my card and then sort of bring it up in the middle like this. Okay, so now we have a pretty, well, orange background there. Then we're going to take some pink. Where's my other little piece? I love these brushes because they just clean off so well. And I'm going to take my worn lipstick and I'm going to repeat the process. Isn't that so gorgeous? I love the orange and the pink mixing together. It's so vibrant. Okay, now that I have gotten some pink on here, I'm going to go back with just a little bit more of the Spice Marmalade and fill in just gently some of the little spaces. So that is what we have now. That's so pretty. Okay, move this out of the way. Now I'm going to be using a couple of stamp sets. This one here, my May made it, and whoops, dropping flowers here. This one's called Sit Tree, and I'm also going to be using a couple of things off of this one. It is called Fall Stitched Up. So I am making a fall card. So let's take off some of the little pieces I laid over here so I wouldn't lose them. So I'm going to be using this tree. Now I used this tree before and I used it with ink that is really stainable. So it's not really dirty, it's clean, it's just stained up. And I'm going to be using VersaFine black ink. Making sure that I ink it up really well. And close that back up because, you know, what happens to it if I don't. I'm just going to put this under here. Alright, so I'm going to come down, just come over just a little bit. And I'm going all the way down to the bottom. I'm going to stamp this on here. Press down and let it really soak through. Oh, yay. Okay. And let's get us some white and wipe off our... Okay. Wipe off our stamp. Alright. Now I see that there is just like a little tiny place right there to get through. So I have an ink marker here that I'm just going to take and run over like this. There we go. Now I am going to be putting this little bench beside there. Who doesn't love to sit into a bench in the fall? Oh, flowers. And I'm going to take this little white because there's a little bit of ink right down here on the bottom. And I don't want that to transfer to my card. And we're going to set that by the tree. Maybe a little bit over here. awesome. Now, on the last card, my card, which I'll show you in a minute, I used a little tire swing on the tree. I think on this one, although I don't know if hummingbirds come out in the fall, but you know, I think I'm going to use a little bird feeder on this one because I really like it. So what I'm going to do is go up to this limb right here. And put the little bird feeder on there. And I'll tell you what inspired me about this card was, just one night when I was sitting out and I was looking over at the park where I live at, the sky was all pink and orangey color, and it was just so beautiful, and it was like a black silhouette in the background. So that is what inspired this card. So when I chose the colors, I knew what I would be doing right away. Okay, so that is what we have so far. Now I am going to take this little stamp here that has leaves on it. And little maple leaves. So this is going to be a maple tree. Ink off of it. And we're just going to dab that in there. And we're just going to put some leaves at the bottom of the tree and around the bench. I got scrap paper here so that we can go on and off the page. And keep wiping the thing off. Let's put some under the bench, or by the bench. I like using leaves sometimes instead of like grass or something. Now we're just going to put a little bit on the trees, like the leaves are falling off the trees. So we're just going to add a few. Not many. Whoops. Take this off before we get that on there. Just put some on the lower limbs. Maybe we'll do a few more. There we go. Okay, I got started on the leaves now. I just okay, that's all the leaves we're going to do, because some of them are on the ground. Alrighty. Put some of this back on my thing so we don't lose them. Okay. And then I want to use this, not this one. Okay. I'm going to use my next stamp set, which is from, like I said, May also. Okay. And it is the fall stitched up. And I'm going to be using one that says Wishing you a beautiful season. Now on the other card I used one that said autumn is my favorite color. And I'll show you that one in a few minutes. So we're just going to come over here to the, whoops, close the lid up. Come over here to the side and stamp our beautiful. Okay, and so this is the outside of our card. And it's going to look so pretty on this black background. So let's glue that down. Whoops. And I'm just going to kind of eyeball that there. Okay, so that's what the front of our card looks like. Now let's do the inside really quick. Okay, so I have another piece of paper that is the same length we cut as our mat, which happens to be 6 7/8 by 4 7/8. So all I'm going to do now is take my ink, and we are just going to kiss the edges of the paper. Just kind of give it a little border. Okay, and then I'm going to go over top of that with my worn lipstick, and I'm using a little tiny brush this time, just so I can get over just a little bit on it. And you see I'm knocking most of the ink off because the worn lipstick is pretty vibrant. Okay, and then we're going to stamp our little sentiment in there, and the sentiment that I'm going to be using is, since wishing you a beautiful season, I'm going to stamp you are a beloved friend in all seasons. And I'm going to stamp that in my black onyx ink. Okay. I love using my VersaFine ink when I'm stamping sentiments and stuff, or stuff with a lot of intricate pieces, because it just stamps so nicely with intricate pieces. And then we're going to use the maple leaf. Now this is the stitched maple leaf that I'm using. And I'm going to stamp it right here in the corner. You can see that is an open stitched leaf. So all I'm doing is taking my little brush here. I don't know where all these little pieces of paper coming from. And staying in there, just using the ink that is already on my brush, not putting any more on there. And the same with the orange. There we go. And then we're just going to glue this inside of our card. Okay, and so there is our card. Isn't that pretty? I just love that. And let me show you the one that I made earlier. Here's the one I did earlier with the tire swing and the leaves, and I did the same thing on the inside, except for this one I put autumn is my favorite color. So you guys, that is my color combo challenge cards of the month. Pink, orange, and black. What do you think? Now, let me remind you, if you would like to try the challenge out, please go ahead and do so, and post your pictures over on Created Home with G's Facebook page, and as well as my Crafts and More with Donna Jackson's. And don't forget to go check out their videos as well. Okay, my friends, thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you all again soon. Bye!